Alright guys, we're back again for another video. We're still working on this FiveM series, trying to get all these different scripts done and videoing it along the way so you guys can learn how to do it on your own and not have to pay a debt. Again, how we ask you guys in return is to like, comment, and you can subscribe if you'd like. Hit that notification bell so you can know we put out new videos, and we're going to be going live probably in the next week on this particular server. As soon as we get all this basic stuff done, we're going to be going live on there, checking everything out, doing some RP at some point, probably in the next couple of weeks. And again, all we ask in return again is just like and comment on these videos at minimum. That way we can push that algorithm out and get these videos out to as many people as we can. And again, let's go ahead and get started. Today, I think we've jumped around a little bit on what we're doing, made a few changes here and there. All the scripts that we're skipping, we are going to circle back around and do them at the end. Even if we don't install them here, we will install them on the local so you guys can at least see the process of installing all these scripts. Some we bought, we just don't even use. So some we're going to use later on. We just don't have a need for them right now, so I don't, after discussing with admins, we've made a few little changes here and there, which happens. And again, like we said with these videos, these are all non-edit, straightforward. I'm not planning out how they are. We're just planning this. I just see the script they're going to do, and that's what we're doing. If I mess up or I forget something or we get an error, that's just how it is in real life, and that's how you're going to see it. It may be a 15-minute video, it may be a 30-minute video, depending on what happens. So, just how it is. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to get back into this, get going on it. Today we're going to go ahead and do another RCore script that I've got. I kind of like it. A lot of people use this one. It's their casino. As you can see, I've already got it unpacked here. I also have the map that we're going to be using for this particular script. So that way we can go through the installation process. I think we have to remove the old one, the in-game one, from the IPL. So we'll probably, I think we have to end up going into the Bob 74 IPL and taking out, there should be a DLC in here for the casino, that one. I think we have to either take that out and probably just turn it, or maybe just turn it off in here. I forget which it is. Why is that not open? There it is. Why is it not open? Let's see. Open. Come on, man. Open. There you go. Let's see. We may just be able to get by with turning off the casino in here. Let's see. Where are we at? We've got it in here. Should be. I think there's a casino in here. There it is. We just have to turn that off. So we'll see. Alright, so let's just get started. This is the map we're going to use. There's a couple you can use. I'll see. Let's jump down here. Let's see. Here we go. This is the installation guide. There, it supports quite a few maps. I've never seen the Jurassic Jackpot Casino. It kind of looks kind of neat. Never seen that one before. I've got this one somewhere. I just really don't like it that good. I've used this one. This one kind of reminds me of this one. See, they're almost the same. This is the K4MB1 Diamond Casino. And then this is the Uncle Just version. It's basically the same one. That's the one that I have. That's one I've used. I've used the Gabs one. See, it's the same thing. No pixels, pretty much the same thing. This is a different version of the same one. This is the one they have. See, it's the same thing. So we're going to go with this one, and just leave it at that. And then we'll see what happens. If it doesn't work out the way we want it to, sometimes these maps don't work perfectly. We can go back to this one, or we can, I do have this one I think I have that one, to be honest. This one here. I don't really like that one though. It's kind of low budget. I think it's only one floor. This one here actually incorporates the penthouse. So we may just continue with this one. I usually use this one. I have used this one though. I think this one has, I think I had an issue with the door on that one. But let's get into it. Let's get back up here. Alright, so like always, we're just going to unpack both. If you guys want this one, let me know. I can get this casino for you. Just send me a message. We'll get this MLO for you. Let's see here. So let's get in here. First, excuse me. First thing we're going to do is create a directory for maps. Okay. Open it up. Coughing. I want me to get a drink here. Alright. Now, again, I'm very, very organized with my maps as well as everything else. So this one, we will call this one in businesses, business. Open it up. And you can keep going if you want. There aren't a lot of businesses that need to be separated, but you can. So, I mean, if you want to do it this way, you can do, what you could do, let's do it this way, rename, yeah, let's just do that. Then you can go in here, you can do city, drag and drop it in here. That's a little overkill for organization, but businesses are ones that you're using up a lot. You'll have neck shops, restaurants, clubs, all that crap. So you can kind of separate them out because you may have more than one. You know, you get into these neck shops, you may have two by the same company that made them, like Benz or Gabs, and you know, it's hard to figure out which one's which. Especially like BroFX. A lot of theirs are just named like Mansion 1, Mansion 15. Alright, so there's your casino. Now what we need to do is we need to change this. So open up your server CFG, and we're going to go down, and under our scripts we're just going to ensure maps. Oh, maps. Go. Save that. Okay, get out of there. Alright, so the map is in. Next thing we're going to do. Oh, wait a minute. I just did that, didn't I? Okay. So grab this and bring it up one. That should override it. Then we're going to get rid of this one. And there is the casino. Okay, good. Loads. Yep. Okay. Alright, now let's get into the casino. So this one here, you've got, this one is for QB. These are for ESX. So let's get down here and let's take a look at this installation, because this one does get a little complicated at times. If you don't pay attention, you can get a little messed up. So first thing we're going to do is drop down here. Since the first thing to do is the map, we're going to click on Uncle Just, which is the one we have. So first thing you got to do let's go into the config and change the map type. So let's go back up here, and we're going to go into RCore Casino. We're going to go to the config, open it up, and then right there should be, we should have to change it to map 1. Yep, so we're going to change that to 1. Oh, not 51, 1. There's that. Now let's go back down here. Alright, so change map 5, change the map 1. And after we configure the map, please head to RCore Casino FX Manifest. If you have the dependencies, you'll have to remove it. So you need to remove RCore Casino Interior. So let's go back up here. And then we'll leave that open because we'll probably need that again in a moment. But it said to go into here, and it says to remove RCore Casino Interior. So that would be this. So what we're going to do is just delete that out. Now let's go back over to our instructions just to make sure we're doing this. I'm going to go right through it as we need to. So we need to take this out. Okay, so we need to go into FX Manifest, just right here. Just a moment. So I think we can just take it out of there and we won't have to do the other one. So put this back. Okay. So we're going to go in here, and then we're going to go down to where it says RCore Casino and the dependencies, which is at the bottom. Let's see. Well, it said to do it with this. Let's see, where are the dependencies? There it is. It's already tabbed out. So you can just leave that as is. Because if we tab it out, it won't work. That way you don't have to remove anything. So we don't need to do that. We can just close that. Now let's go back down here. Now that is that part. So we're going to go, let's see. So that's that. We don't need to do any of this. What's that one? That's a different one. Okay. So our next thing is going to here. Basically it looks, I think the rest of it, unless there's anything weird. Oh yeah, I knew we had to remove some stuff. Okay. So let's go back to our script. Right. Now this one has a lot of stuff. So like the Christmas trees, you can turn them on. You can use targets, virtual chips. If you don't have an inventory item or you don't want to deal with an inventory item, you can do it that way. Oh, and target zone right here. Let's notice that we need to change that to 3. Even though we're not going to use target, I always do it just in case something happens later. We have to turn it on. So there's that. And then we go down to framework. It's on auto choose, so it should auto choose it for you. So you shouldn't have to worry about that part. Okay, let's see what else it says. Okay, don't need to worry about this. We're not using casino chips, so that's fine. We don't want to use bank money. We don't use cash. We don't want to. They only they'll use chips, but it'll be virtual chips. Let's see. Now this one here, this keeps people from acting a fool in the casino. You can't fight, you can't run, you can't jump. Okay. This is the inside track. If you want to change any of the settings on that, roulette, slot machines, the wheel. The car is kind of weird. You have to be on the job, and you drive up to the casino and it lets you change it out. Blackjack, these are just the settings for those. Okay. So we'll just go down through all of this, and you just check whatever you need to check and whatever you need to change. That way everything is good. Okay. Work our way down. It lets you get drunk. Keep working our way down. Once you get someone to own it, you can do this, because that way you can set the society up for it in the bank. So if someone wants to own that's how you would do that. Notification system, we're going to use, we have number 2, which is okay. Here's the job for the casino, boss. You can set all that up. And you can make them teleport out if you want. Basically all this is just going through and changing anything you think that might need to be changed, and just looking really careful. Then right here we need to change this to number 2, which is QBCore. Here's your admin setup, keys, here's the games. You can turn them on and off if you want to. The hours, so if you don't want to open all day, you can change this. The blip is here. And that's pretty much that part. So we'll save that. Let's close it. Mostly it's just a really long script to code, so it's just a matter of taking your time and reading it all if you get lost. Now we're going to jump back down here. Alright, so make sure you have a casino map with default coordinates installed on your server. So we have one that's there. If you don't have any casino map on your server, please use theirs. Otherwise, delete the RCore casino map. So that's what we're going to do now. Go back up here. We're going to go back. So they should. Let's see. That's the interior. That's the assets. Guess we'll do that one. Think is this from the interior? That's the interior. These are just items. So we turned that off in the frame, in the thing, so it shouldn't load. But the problem with this is it will double. So we'll just pull it out. These are just README files here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You gotta put those in. And then these are got this part done. So it says to remove the casino map, which is the interior. Alright. We do use this. Inside track doesn't work properly. Please remove the following to fix it. Locate the file, the FX manifest, and delete the following code. DLC Bikers Gang. So what we're going to do, let's go back up. So it says to go to that one file we were looking at earlier. I have to keep circling back. We're going to go to standalone, Bob IPL. Now what we got to do is open up the FX. It should open it up the right way. It can't work like that. If you guys can use that, more power to you. Alright, so it says we need to remove DLC Bikers. So, go down to the DLCs, and it's Bikers / game. So let's see, this one. I don't remove them. Like I said, I don't do that. I just tab them out. So we're just going to take this thing and we're going to tab it out. Bump, bump. There it goes. That's the best way to do it because, like I did on the other one, it just makes it so they don't see it and nothing's deleted. So we'll just save this and close it. Now let's go back down here. Players can hear ambient sound, background noise once they enter the building. If ambient sound doesn't play, make sure that none of your resources block it. So this is how you fix it, if it does it. So let's see. So we'll leave this alone, and if we have, I've never had this issue. So I don't really mess with it. I've never had this problem. I think this was a problem with an older version. I don't have this problem. So if you have a problem where people can hear background noises outside the casino, once they're inside, you go do this. I've never had this problem, so I've never had to use it. Casino job, so you just copy that, just in case you ever need it. Because if you want to do the car, you want to change it out, you have to have the job for the wheel. So you go to QBCore, shared, jobs. Crap. I get so used to being on Windows servers. And I always search for it because you never know. Control F. I've had a few where it was in there. Casino, so it's not there. Alright, so what we're going to do is just find a place to put it. So we never put it at the top if I can keep from it. I try to keep stuff together too. So mechanics, restaurants, taxis, that kind of stuff. So let's just stick it right here. Casino. There it is. Alright, then you can add a couple more in there if you want, but we'll just save that and close it. Get back out of there. We don't need to mess with that. You need to be in here at some point. Alright, now we need to do the items. So we'll copy the items out of this list down here. So again, when you're doing the install, when you get to the items, it will look like this. So you just hit this little button and it gives you the option to copy them. So we're in QB inventory, and these got a few different ones in here. So we're in QB, so we're going to hit copy here. And then we're going to go back here, QBCore, shared, items. Oh my god, it's going to be one of those dots. Alright, so here is our items list. This is one we don't get into that often, so I usually put it down near the defaults. That's just how I do it. Like I said, it's your server, you do it how you want. This is just how I always do it. RCore, casino, is. And then what we're going to do is scroll back up, make sure everything's lined up correctly, save it, close this. Okay, and then the next thing we need to do is go back on this list. Is we got to do the item pictures. So if we're looking at this down here, it will tell us the icons are going in there, and the inventory icons are located in the casino zip folder inside extra inventory icons. So we're going to go back. We're going to go extra inventory icons. There they are. What I need to do, back out of there, go down to inventory, HTML images. Remember, if you're on a Windows server, copy and paste. We're dragging and dropping since we're using this WinSCP. Alright, that takes care of our images. Back. Now, let's drop back down here. And again, I've done this so many times I can do it without it. But I want to follow along these directions so you guys can learn how to do it correctly. Now, they can sit down at the bar and eat their snacks. To make the snacks work for players' hunger, please do the following steps. Locate and open some QB Smile Resources, config Lua, and you add the following code to consumables eat, and then these go under consumables drink. Okay, so we're going to do that now. I just want to show you both where they're at. So we're going to go back up to the screen. We're already in QB, so we're going to go down to QB Small Resources. It's right here. And we're going to the config. No, I can't do it that way. Do it that way. There it goes. Alright, so here we're going to go down to the consumables eat. I think it's that far down. Let's see. Here they are. Here is your consumables eat. So what we're going to do is I want to copy those items. And then I'm just going to go right here because I don't want to mess with that bottom one because that's just a custom one if you want to make your own. So we're going to drop these in here. And then of course we've got to line them up. So we're going to tab over, tab over, tab over. And you're going to see they're different. And it's mainly just because these are the way they're set up is this is the new way, this is the old way, it's just all a list. What we can do is probably, let's see, wait a minute, let's do this. Let's take these out. Okay, we're going to put them in here. That's right. These are the ones. Go over. Again, it has to line up. Make it look neat. Alright, so there's that one. The other one goes under drink. We're going to take this. We're going to tab down, and we're going to do that, and then we got to go back and make sure our commas are all in the right place. I'll show you why. If you look, this one doesn't have a comma at the end, but there's not one up here where it used to be. So you got to make sure you go back and check yourself, because you got to keep that grammar the same way. So it doesn't have a comma on the last row because there's a comma down here and it's the end of the set. So if you don't put that comma there, when you go to save it and come back, it's going to throw a big old wrench and everything. So always make sure you keep everything in the same pattern. Right, and then another thing we're going to do while we're here, we're going to remove line 14 right here. What that does is it gives you your crosshair when you do your aim. Remember, take number 14 out right here. So close this one. Alright, let's see. Just a second. Go back down here. Now we got at the shops. So the casino's got their little shop. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to QB shops, and we're going to remove these blocks of code. This is where the casino had its own shop in the original setup, so we're going to start taking lines of code out. So first line of code we're going to do is take out the selling chips. So let's go back up, and we're going to go down to QB shops, and we're going to open here. Now, tell you what we're going to do. So we're not being so back and forth on this. We're going to do this. I'm pretty sure all of this is in the same. Oh, first part is in here. Okay, so first thing we're going to remove here is we're going to find the config to sell chips. So it's usually it's up here at the top, but I don't see it right just yet. Let's see. Okay, so let's look for Control F, Casino. So there's not one in there anymore. Let's look. I don't see Casino at all. So they must have removed this line of code. Let's go back up and look. Don't even have the casino locations in there anymore. Okay, so I don't see that. Let's do this. I want to check something. Seems like once before I remember something about it. Let's just look. Let's see. Okay, it's not. This must not be a thing anymore. This must be something they changed when they changed out shops again, so that's fine. There's nothing in there about casino. We can look here though. We'll look in the client main Lua and see if there's anything in there about casino just in case. So we're going to go to QB shops, client. Where's it at? Blind. Client. Main Lua. So that's not even there anymore. Oh, we're in the wrong one. Duh. Here. Client. There it is. So what we're going to do is Control F. And we're going to look for casino. See, no casino. So those are gone. That's the only way to figure it out. If they're not there, you can't remove them. So that means that issue is not, it's a non-starter. So you don't worry about that. So that's all of that. We need to do the, it does look like it may have a Discord hook. So let's take a look. So it says that if it has a Discord hook, it is in config server Lua. So let's see if we can find it. So we'll go in here. Config server. So if we've got one, there it is. There it should be. There's the, okay, so yeah. So what we need to do is again go here, casino, and migrations, webhooks, create webhook, casino, copy, save. There's that. Just back down out of the way. Always make sure there's quotations on both sides. Okay, and then we're going to say, we can turn this on. Through. And then it says, that's where we're at. Okay, so that's good. File, save. And we can close this. And then what else do we have in here? The other things that we need to look into would probably be, let's see. The SQL. So we'll go ahead and pull up the SQL, and then again we'll go back. It's this one. Let's see what it looks like. So we can copy this one. So copy, close that. Drop you guys back down. There's our SQL, and then we're going to take that out. Let's just clear first. Clear. Go. You may have logged me out because it's been a few minutes. There it is. Alright, so we've got the SQL. And that should do it. So all we gotta do now, let's go back up here. We're going to put in, rename that. Okay, and then we're back out of here, and we're going to go to scripts, jobs, and drop that right there. Should take a second for it to load. It's going to take a minute. Again, while I'm waiting, just to remind you guys, if you don't mind, to like and comment the videos. You can subscribe if you want, and smack the notification bell so that you get a notification anytime we upload a new video, or when we start going live in the next week. You'll be able to get in on that. And then we're going to have our other channel coming up pretty soon that's going to have the podcast and some videos on it. Now again, that's going to be a different thing. It's going to range from everything from gaming all the way into news, everything, just a conversation. I'm going to have some guys come in from the servers and stuff, so if it's something you guys are interested in sitting in and talking about what's going on in the world, or what's going on with gaming and Rockstar and new games coming out, anything going on in the world, if it's something you're interested in, we're going to bring you guys in too as well. You're welcome to come into the conversation. We'll have it linked in Discord, so it's a good thing to get in there now. But yeah, let's get back to finishing up this. Looks like everything got transferred. What we're going to do now is we're going to drop down here, and what we're going to do is jump over to our TX admin. Let's make sure that it's going to be on. Yep, it's still got us logged in. We're going to go ahead and we're going to restart the server. I had a feeling this is going to be a little bit longer of a install just because of the way this is. See it loading. scroll up. There's the tattoo. Let's see. There it is. Now these will load if you get our police stuff that I told you about. This is your vehicle control, and this is your rate. But yep, there's all that. Society's disabled. All this stuff should be good to go. I'm not showing any errors. Other than the same old stuff we can't do anything about. So what we're going to do is jump back up here. I'm going to go over and hit my button, and we're going to start up FiveM. Let's do that. I'll make sure that map loaded. That. Looks like everything loaded, so let's see. Well, it's connecting. I just want to make sure. I always check my maps when they first start loading them in. So let's see if it actually picked it up. Yep, I see the map is on. So that answered that. Again, everybody, I just recommend, if you don't mind, to like and comment just to help us out. Keep trying to remind people. Try to watch the videos to the end. That way we get credit for the watched hours as well. And it does help with those YouTube algorithms trying to get the videos pushed out. And again, join the Discord. We're going to be trying to add as many people in, and we're going to straddle the Discords between this Discord and the one that we use for the other two servers. We have Reckless Development is the main Discord that we use. We're going to have a Discord for this server, the other two servers this fall, and then we're starting the one for the podcast as well. So let's jump in here. This location works for me. Now we're on the ground. First thing I want to do is I want to look and see if we have our blip. There's the blip on the map. Use the power of God powers. We're going to jump over. Okay, so here's the map. I always want to give it a minute. If you're teleporting around, please give it a moment, because you don't want to run up on something and then you crash yourself. So I see a dude standing outside. Now let's see what happens. Let's see if this map is working correctly. Yep.
Interested in a certain lifestyle.
Now this one, you go down the stairs.
New friends in a hot tub.
Let me turn the sound back on. Hold on just a second. Let's see. I had it on my screen earlier. You can't jump in here. So there you got the wheel. Let's see. And sound. Let's see what's going on with that. Audio. Okay. Weird. Let's see. That's right. Nope, we'll worry about that later. Oh, there, I hear it. Oh, it's still playing the wrong way. Oh well, it's still coming out through my speakers. Anyway, so you can use any of this stuff in here. The slots work, the inside track works, all the things work that they should. Go over to the cashier. See if we got any issues going on. See, we have no errors. So let's go over to the cashier. And what we're going to do is we're going to acquire some chips. Let's just do like 50. Yes. So 50 bucks for me. And let's see, thermite. Let's just count them in. So let's just count them in my system. Let's see if we got any errors. I don't see any errors either way. Let's just go over to the slot here. 500 for that one. Jesus. I like that one. Let's try this one. Space Rangers. Let's bet the farm on it. And spin. Dang. We're broke. Again, it works. Now when you go back out, back up the stairs. There we go. Alright, and that's installing the RCore casino with the Uncle Just map, removing what needs to be removed for everything to work correctly, and again checking as we do not have any errors as of yet with anything we've installed. But yeah, that's taking care of that. We've got it all going, it's all running like it should. Let's get us a thumbnail going here, people. Let's see. Alright, so we gotta say thumbnail for this particular video this time. Again, that's going to take care of this video here. Again, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time we throw up a new video and when these new live streams start coming out, and you can be in the loop when that new podcast comes online if you guys want to start getting involved in that. That's my project for the weekend, to get the layouts running for that and get everything up and running. And again, thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. any issues, any questions, any comments, put them in the comment section below. If there's any scripts you think we need to work on, need to get put in, please comment below. And just keep coming back, checking them out. We're going to keep going. We're going to be over at least 200 scripts that I believe I kind of counted the other day that we're going to be going through. The goal here again is to help everybody and not let people get ripped off by those developers. And again, just come back in. We'll be back again with another video, working our way through getting this Get a Live server going. And again, thanks for hanging out with us today. The video went a little longer than I wanted to, but we got her done in the end. Thanks for hanging out. You guys have a great day.